Hello everyone, welcome back to Tech Tutorials. So in this video, we are going to learn text functions in Google Looker Studio. So text functions helps us to, clean, transform and analyze text data, like if there is a name or categories or emails, the product names. So in this tutorial is perfect for beginners and intermediate users. So who are wants to learn the Looker Studio, right? So which is perfect for beginners and some is moderate to the intermediate people who are too familiar with the few functions. Okay, so in the real world, right, the text data is very messy. It's a very clumsy and not clean. Sometimes we can see it's a incorrect syntax or incorrect data. So in that case, the data is extra spaces or different cases are inconsistent values. So in that cases, we will use text functions to standardize data and create new meaningful fields we can create. Okay. So today we are going to discuss the same topic. Okay, so what are the functions are there in the Looker Studio and how we are going to implement. So basically, if you want to do the these fields, right, either we need to create the calculation fields. That is the only option we are going to use. Okay, so I will show you how we are going to do the text functions. Okay, so let me go to our Looker Studio. Okay, so currently we are in Looker Studio right now. We can see, so I just created the sample one here, the start date and the station name. So in our first topic here is we are discussing about the concatenation. So how we are going to concat the two strings to the one string. Okay, so here we are going to create, by using calculation fields, we are going to concatenate both the fields. We have two options here. Either we can go with create from the, the here itself, I mean the report itself, or we can go ahead and we can create in the data source level itself. Okay, so the major difference here is, so let me show you. So here is the connection I'm going to create the yeah, station full name. So I just created the full name with the station start ID and the station name. So I'm trying to concatenate both the fields in the data source level itself. So how it is going to be useful? It is going to be reused for multiple reports. So if I create the field in here itself, the data source level itself, we can use in multiple reports. Wherever we want, we can use. The calculation will be stored in the data source level itself. But in other option, we have one more option we have called, we can go ahead and we'll see. We can create here as well, calculation fields. We can go ahead and we can create here in the reporting level as well. So in this scenario, what will happen? This is going to be applicable for only particular this report alone. Okay, it depends on the business requirement. We'll go for the either global or local. Okay, so whenever you create the calculation field here, it will be completely local. Means it will be applicable to only this particular a report itself. Whereas if you create in the data source level itself, right, so that is going to be global. It will be reusable for multiple places. What are the dashboards or reports where we are while we are creating, so okay, we can pull the same. Okay, so let me show you and how we are going to concatenate the two fields here. Okay, let me use concatenation field. It will automatically, it will pop up the fields. So I'm trying to create, I can give some space here. I need space between the both the places, and I can give the start station name. I can give the I can give full name, full station name. Yeah, you can see here, right? So here is we are trying to concatenate both the fields, which is giving the same here. So we can see I created one more, which is in the data source level I created. You can see here, right? So if I pull the same, it will give the same information. So both are same. There is no much difference between the calculation we are going to create in the data source level or in the in the report level. But the only difference is it's completely global and this is a local. So there is a major difference. And as a best practice, I would recommend you to go for the data source level. You can create the data source level calculation. So that is a best practice. Normally, we are going to follow. Okay, so coming to the our topic, the next one we are going to discuss in our um, uh, the topic is string functions that contains text. So in this scenario, right, what will happen if you give the name, right? If the name is available, it will go it will give the boolean values like true or false. So suppose you can see, let me create the here the same function again. Start station name can give. So if you want to see that station name, if there is any value you want to see like 8. Okay, so if it is available, it will give contains. I can give contain. Okay, so if this value is available, it will give the true value. Else it will give the false value. Okay, so let me see. See the data type is boolean. It will automatically change it to the boolean. See, it's already available at here, and there is no value. And there is no value here. Here it's available. So if the value is available, it will give the true value. Else it will go for the false case. Yeah. So the best scenario is if any URL level you are going to use. In that case, we will use this is the one. Okay, if you want to filter out some the filter the URLs based on the URL, if you want to do that case scenario, we'll go for the contains text. Okay, so next we'll go for the ends with. So suppose you are using the email ID. So how many people are using their Gmail IDs? So instead the the other email IDs. So in that scenario, we will go for the same. Okay, let me ends with. So I can give how many are in braces. Let me give braces. Okay, now we can see the braces are available here. So those values are available and it is showing as a true. If there is no braces, it is showing as a false. Just like it's kind of the text value which is ending with the braces. What is the ending value? Okay, so let me go for the other function. Left text. Okay, we are going to trim the value from the top. How many characters you want to show. So suppose if I go here and if I apply the same, right, let me take the same value. So here I'm going to give the left text how many characters we are going to give. Like I would like to see the first 3 characters. So it is giving the green means it's valid and which is passed. Okay, don't give any error. Now you can see the first three characters it is giving. In the similar way, if you want to add some more, yeah, we can add like last five characters. um, it will give five characters. Okay, let me check the other one. Then right, also that it is also the same like the left function. If we give the right, it will give the right side values instead of the right left side. It will give the right side values. What is the top five characters. So you can observe here. We gave okay five characters, but it is giving three. Okay, I think it's there is a space between the letters, the after the braces. Okay, so let me see the next function, the length. Yeah, so if you want to see the what is the length of the character, so in that scenario also we can create can take the length. You can use the same function. Yeah, now we can see the length of the characters, how many characters in this particular station. So this is the biggest station is 45 characters. Okay, if you want to see the what is the station name is the highest. So this is the lowest characters. This is the highest character, 63. Yeah, it's a real strange 63 characters. Okay. Yeah, you can see the length as well. If you want to see the upper and lower as well, that is also possible. Like we need to convert the case to the lower and upper. So I'm not going to touch this topic since it's a very regular and so in the regular expression contains, right? In the regular expression contains how it is the existing function and the string function. The similar case, it is going to be execute. If the value is available, it will show as a the true value. Else, it will take as a the false value. So only difference is between the regular contains and the regular expression contains. The thing is, it is going to be check the entire pattern. So if you give multiple values also, it is going to be check and it will give the exact answer. Okay. So the other one we have the regular expression exact. So it is going to be check the exact value. So if it's going to be available, it will show as a the value is true. Okay, the output of the exact, if the value is available exactly, it will show the product name from the URL. Suppose if you are applying there's a specific URL you are applying. If you applied some kind of product name, if the product name is available, it will show it from the product name. It will pull that exact value and it will show us. Okay. And coming to the replace, it is going to be replace the existing values. Suppose the iPhone is available. We are going to change the blank value. So in that case, it is going to be change the existing what kind of the string we are going to replace. So this is going to be entirely check the pattern it will give. Okay. And coming to the starts with suppose if there is going to be start with any particular value. Okay. Our station is starting with what kind of the station name, what is the station name, what are the station names starting with S or A, or what kind of letter it is going to be start. Suppose the Saint Mary's is the station name, it is going to be start with S. If I mention as a the pattern is S, right? It is going to be show us the true value. So we can figure out how many true values and we can take the count so that we can figure out how many stations name with S. Okay, that is a scenario we are going to use. Okay, and the substring is the function. It is going to be substring the values. Okay, the station name is too lengthy. So if you want to see some kind of abbreviate or if you want some shortcut name, so in that case, we can trim the values from the first three characters or last three characters or what are the scenario if you want, right? If you give the index and what kind of length if you want, it will trim the value and it will show us the substring function. And coming to the trim, so this is a very useful function I can say. So if The station name, it's starting and ending it if it is any spaces is available, right? So in that case, we are going to trim the value. We are going to remove the spaces from the both the sides, either end or starting or ending stage, and we can, you know, it will give the better picture. Okay, so it will give the better value. Suppose in our Looker Studio scenario, if you are going to create some kind of reports and if you apply some kind of filters, so while you are trying to give the name, right, it won't give appear because there is a the letters, it will start with a space. So in that scenario, which is really useful, the trim functions. And you can see the what is the major difference between the replace and the regular expression replace functions. So the replace function, exactly, it's going to match with the exact string value. What is the, the string text we are going to give, it is going to be checked the exactly the same. Okay, whereas coming to the regular expression, it is going to be check the pattern, entire pattern. So if you see here, right, if the product is, it is going to start with the name, right? So I'm going to replace the mobile with the phone. So if I give the Samsung mobile, right, so I'm going to replace the value as mobile to the phone, right? So in that case, the output, it is coming as a the Samsung phone. Whereas coming to the regular expression, if you give the product name as iPhone 14, right? So if you give the string value here, either we can give either 1, 2, or 2. But whereas coming to the here, right, if you give iPhone 12 or 13 or 14, whatever may be, it will remove the last of digits and it will give only the it will remove the numeric value. It will give the only string value alone. So that is a major difference between the regular replace functions and regular expression replace. Okay, yeah, this is about the string function. So in our next video, we are going to discuss about the mathematical functions in Looker Studio. Yeah, thank you for watching.